treasures. Project E. Need an energy condenser alchemical chest. Okay, there. It'll work. Condense the world. You know, let's go. Let's see, what do I want this to be? Yeah, let's go see what kind of rooms I've got. I need my screwdriver. Screwdriver. Field chamber. Enchanting room. Deep storage. Crafting. No, no, no. No, no. Hey, you know what? Dormitory will work. Let's put her over here. Let's say here. No. How about over here? Seriously? Don't say I can have up to 110 rooms. So why are you being difficult? What if I go over here? There we go. I need to do a little bit of tinkering. Dense cable, glass cable, ME cable interface, and I need crafting terminal. I need carrots. Get rid of that. There we go. Those in there. Let's put down the energy condenser there. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we still need about 8,000 fuel rods divided by 60. So I need about 124 stacks of fuel rods. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13. Let's see, 7 times. That would be 91 slots. Let's see, what else do I have? An enormous amount of. These are worthless for me. Give me all these. Thank you. Toss those in there. Uh, 14 times 14 times. What is it? 23 plus 15 times 15 times 23. 79,683. Okay. So many Certus quartz crystals. Everything else that's worth a lot. Diamond, all my diamonds are worth about 5 million. Don't really want to sell all those though. Wow, I used 2,000 draconium ingots on my battery. That's a lot. Here we go, emeralds. Pretty much useless. Here, I'll keep 3 stacks. Wow. One emerald gets me 3 fuel rods. Wow, the fuel rods are still trying to catch up to the emeralds. we go. Okay. So now I have 3,500. Let's see, what else do I have? Hmm. What else do I have? Hmm. How many will a stack of Elorian ingots get me? Let's wait until Lapis. Actually, no, screw it. Oh my. So many source quartz stacks. But not like there's anything better that I can do with it. Okay. How many fuel rods am I at? I'm getting close to halfway there. Let's see. How much? That was 124. 128. Okay. Let's go take a look at something. Is my smelter down with the gold yet? Looks like it might be. Yes, it is. need a casting basin, like that one over there. There we go. Alright. So much nickel going in. Alright. Just gonna throw this here. Fly on back to over here. Frickin' Certus quartz. Let's see what else. Get oh my. I have exactly 4,000 fuel rods, so I need 5,683 more. Brilliant. No, seriously? That's all I get from all that? Alright then. And let's just finish up with the Certus quartz. Wow, that is a lot of aluminum ore that I have. It's a lot of ore I've got that I just haven't processed yet because there's just so much. 4,263. Now I've got 4,677. Sorry about that dog in the background. God, I need so many of these. It's ridiculous. Alright, I am going to finish this up and then get back to you guys when I have enough fuel rods. Hello everybody and welcome back to TARDIS Survival. There have been a lot of changes since last time, but before I show you those, I'm going to tell you what we are going to be doing today. So today we are going to be making a big reactor, a draconic evolution battery. We're also going to look at auto sieves and auto hammerers. Now, if you notice, I've made an armored jetpack to help me get around. Let's see. I've got lava fabricator set up over here, making a whole bunch of lava. I had an igneous extruder set up to make a bunch of obsidian, which I will show you why I had that in a minute. I made a schematic for my cyclic assembler to combine broken draconium ore into draconium ore gravel. Now, the way you get broken draconium ore is by sieving crushed endstone, and to get crushed endstone, you pulverize endstone. Now, a lot of people don't realize that you can make endstone with Tinker's Construct. Now, what you do is you put a piece of obsidian or sandstone into a casting basin and then pour resonant ender on it. Now, if you use a piece of obsidian, it only takes 50 millibuckets of resonant ender, whereas if you use sandstone, it takes 250 millibuckets of resonant ender, which is a fourth of a full bucket. Whereas this is a like under a tenth. It's like a 15th, I think. Now, so I had that process going. I actually had it automated. So this was a casting basin. So I had this importing, this was exporting obsidian into a casting basin, and then I had a timer here that this was at 10 seconds before I changed it to get resonant ender buckets. But every 10 seconds it would start the tap, because that's approximately how long it took for a piece of obsidian to get placed into here from my computer, resonant ender to be poured onto it, and then for it to dry into endstone and be sucked out. So obsidian would go in here, get turned into endstone and come back out, and then it would go over to my pulverize over here, which is actually currently pulverizing yellowite ore, and then it would get pulverized down into crushed endstone, and then I had it going over to this sieve here in order to get sieved down. Now, I also made aqueous accumulators uh, in order to get the water for my igneous extruder. These lava fabricators were to make the lava, obviously. Here it is. I currently have 955 buckets of lava, 89,000 buckets of water, and 62 buckets of creosote oil in my computer. If we go in here and take a right, you will see that there's a new room. It's a schematic that I actually downloaded before I started playing this mod pack. It was not created when I was doing my original mod pack, the Doctor's Galacticraft Adventure. So this one's a new one. It's called the Machine Room. Now you've got 1, 2, 3 floors, and if you look closely, you'll see that this is white stained clay, which means you can actually break it in order to run wires around, which is really cool. And you've also got these little hallways, or whatever you want to call them there, for running cables behind. Now what I did down here is I hooked up a whole bunch of power in order to power 3 energized smelters. This one was originally doing draconium dust, and then I switched it over to coal to make graphite, but now I'm not doing anything with it. This one is processing yellorium dust into yellorium ingots. This one was going to be the one to process coal, but every time I keep having problems with this one going offline. It has something to do with channels or something with the ME system, which I really, really get annoyed by. I really miss the Applied Energistics 1 setup because it didn't have all this channel stuff, which is so annoying, especially because in the TARDIS, you don't actually have everything hooked up directly to your computer because you have these roundels that you can use and ME cable interfaces, which I think might confuse it a little bit, or I don't know, but it's really annoying. So I decided, screw it, I'll just wait till that one was done with draconium, and then I put draconium in that one. So if we go back up and then run over here. Oh, I had a cactus farm set up over here. I need a cactus green for something, I don't remember what. Over here I have I've made an electrolytic separator in order to make hydrogen for my jetpack. I turned like all of my gravel into sand, and now I'm turning my sand into dust because I've gotten a lot of materials from sand, and I needed a lot of redstone, and because I'm going to need it to make the Draconic Evolution energy storage multi-block. This over here is just a mess of me frustrated and trying to make the problem with the channel missing or whatever error go away and fix it. So that's that over there. Over here I've got this smelter full of resonant ender. This one's full of gold that's being poured out into ingot casts. Interesting that this one is so low on lava. I don't know why it's like that. It never got that low before. Now, oh, oops, not what I meant to do. If we go to my farm, you'll notice that there's another door at the end of the room. Go through it, you'll notice that I have made another farm. This is a large farm room. Now this is where all my magical crops are. These two plots are essence crops. These two are yellowite crops, coal crops, redstone crops. Over here we have blaze crops, wither soul crops, and nether crops. Now if we go down here, you'll see I've got a bunch of diamond planters from Progressive Automation, which are planting and harvesting and replanting my crops, and then I'm transferring all of the items that I get from it into my computer. So now let's show you where we are going to be working today. We are going to be working in the garden room. Now, whoops, if you'll notice, I have set up water wheels, 7 of them. They don't make all that much power, but they look really cool. I really like the way they look. So I'm glad that I set them up, and every little bit of power helps. I finally got my windmills to work. Turns out that I needed to use relays, or well, I really, or in order to get them to go where I wanted them to. So I had to make the insulated glass and all that stuff for that. So I've got all that going into all these capacitors here, which are pretty much empty because all of my machines are using all of my power. I've also got an advanced solar generator here from Mechanism Generators, which is literally always making power because it is always daytime in here. And then I've got the power going to all of the into roundels, which actually if I wanted to I could probably I could change these all into roundels in order to pump more power out. But then again, there's no power in these, so this is why we're going to be making a big reactor, because I need more power. Now, you'd think that 4 enormous windmills, an advanced solar generator, 8 wind turbines, and 7 water wheels would provide a lot of power. Turns out they do not.